guys, this is Al, and I'm bringing another Mega Evolution video. I say another because I had done a video already of making 5 new forms for 5 different Mega Evolution Pokemon, and thank you so much for those of you who liked it and even commented with some kind words to continue. I super appreciate it, and I'm just really happy that people kind of like that sort of stuff. So I'm doing more here. And it's really fun to do. Basically, we've got a lot of Mega Evolutions, but only Charizard and Mewtwo were like the only ones who got their second form. So I'm just looking at new ones created. So one I really wanted to do was Aerodactyl, because Mega Aerodactyl to me is like just kind of, it is Aerodactyl but with like rocks and stuff added. And I know that's super simplistic, but you know what I mean? It looks like though that the rocks and things are like just protruding and growing out of his body. It's very grotesque in a sense, because especially if you consider the dex, because you know, Mega Evolution kind of harms the Pokemon when they Mega Evolve. Because of that, the Pokemon are sometimes in pain, and Mega Aerodactyl is no exception, and he's also very irritated because of that pain and whatnot. My design here is still based on it, but it's kind of on a take that there was so much rock accumulation, and the rock typing in this Pokemon was like activated so heavily during this Mega Evolution that it brought this thing to the ground. He looks more like a wyvern or something, or some sort of dragon. I also wanted to do this to make him more dinosaur-like, and this big rock accumulation on his back, along with the smoke, is even in reference to, you know, prehistoric times and prehistoric Aerodactyl and whatnot, with volcanoes and stuff everywhere and whatnot. Just kind of a little thing. But no, with this one, he very much looks grounded, with now this abundance of rock armor and weaponry on this Pokemon. And although he looks fortified on the ground, he can still fly. Let's just say that. He can still fly, but just for shorter amounts of time and not as much, because there's so much rock accumulation thanks to Mega Evolution. That's kind of what I was thinking for this guy. Alright, so next is Mega Gyarados. Now, Mega Gyarados just looks like a straight up huge carp to me, which of course is kind of going into its fish, you know, roots with the Mega Evolution, and bringing out this monster who only has rage and has no thought, apparently. Head empty except for rage, but I don't know. When I thought of Mega Evolving Gyarados, I wanted to bring out his strong dragon typing and theme, because I thought that would be really fun to activate rather than the fish part. Now, for Mega Gyarados, I wanted to awaken the dragon within. I thought it would be really cool to incorporate Gyarados into a dragon really thing, because I wanted to emphasize that flying and dragon typing, along with, you know, he can be a sea serpent-like still. This folklore of Gyarados, of a carp swimming up a waterfall, turning into a dragon, you know, the origins for Gyarados, and inspiration I wanted to bring out to make him an actual dragon when he Mega Evolves, let's say. Though his face is still of a snarling sea serpent-like thing, there's like a big collar going around of like gills and fish stuff. I really wanted to also emphasize the flying aspects, and so in this one it looks almost as if, rather than the yellowish parts being, you know, more like gills or fins, they're in a sense, they can be that or wing. I even went a really ambitious route and gave him little arms. Maybe when I say it like that, it is awfully funny, but it kind of is. But I wanted to really go for that serpent as well as kind of dragon aspect. I thought it kind of fit. As for coloring and stuff, I thought about keeping it kind of similar to original Gyarados, but then decided to go with just kind of recoloring in the colors that Mega Gyarados already kind of has. Really what that means is just kind of those vibrant red parts as well as the big black parts, which I thought were really cool incorporations in the original Mega design. I think it's very striking. The red parts on this one is actually a reference to, you know, Japanese waves, especially that you might see in traditional tattooing. I thought it's a really cool thing that could be incorporated as well, and I think it really adds to the whole look and stuff. All in all, by the end of it, I really like this design a lot. Even if it deviates a whole lot, I really like this one and had a lot of fun with it, and I think it's a cool idea. I definitely enjoyed it. But let me know what you think about all these. Now, Mega Lucario is a great one. It's also a popular one. Probably the first of the quote-unquote popular designs I'm looking at. And this one actually doesn't deviate in terms of colors or crazy ideas from the original. But, you know, the original is very iconic. And now that you've seen this, you're probably already thinking, like, why is he on the ground like that, on all fours? Well, wouldn't it be cool to see a form where it reverts itself back to such a beast-like form, let's say? Lucario has a ton of power and whatnot, and it's a terrifying beast. We've only seen him on 2 legs, and I think if you were to take that Mega Evolution power that courses through and amps him up to where he goes back to that, and mobility can be increased. This guy can run way faster and whatnot. I know he's not based on a wolf totally, but there's definitely those features, as well as being just honed in on prey. Talking as if this is a documentary, saying pray. No. As you can see, what we have going on here is taking full advantage of those roots and taking it into this design. And as I said, it's not too deviated from the original. It is very unique though. I even, you know, did the little cropped ears in a sense to represent again that just feral nature that has come out, as well as different uprooted spikes on the limbs and whatnot, rather than the usual spike out. These are much curved, much more, again, kind of feral it feels like, and this is a beast. The patterns on his head and the leg and stuff can also indicate scarring, for example, just representing how many fights and battles this Mega Pokemon can get into once in this form. That's what I was thinking for him. It's a really cool one. Glad I did this one. Next, Absol is the disaster Pokemon. I think a lot of people associate Absol as well with being the bearer of bad news, of disaster news. It would show up before, like, catastrophic events would, and people thought that it was the bringer of those events, and it's the disaster Pokemon. Well, I enjoy the Mega because it's interesting that it has this angelic looking look to it. It's got like wings, even some sort of thing like that, and it's really interesting. And I wanted to take a spin on that and go more towards, say, a bringer of bad news that's also like masked. I don't know how to explain it correctly, but let's look at this. So kind of with big ears or fox features or something, some sort of like animalistic looking thing that would probably scare people. You know, this thing comes before disaster. And I was also thinking, you know, its eye is something covered, and then also these long, like, ribbon-like things off the eye on the face, trying to replicate almost a mask of sorts. This Mega Absol has flowing fur. It's all over the place. I'm sure once it is, like, under the moon or something, like, it can be a ferocious looking beast, but also a peaceful one at the same time. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Like I said, the Mega Absol design is already really unique and interesting. Like, mine is just kind of simple enough, and hopefully it's getting that idea across. And this is our bandit of bringer of doom. But yeah, Absol, everybody. Love it. Now, Mega Pinsir is like a total meme. I bet you're looking at this and thinking, what is going on here? I don't know for sure either. No, so Mega Pinsir, I actually, for some reason, wanted to take this design off another bug, the wheel bug, which is like my sister's favorite. Yeah, people have favorite bugs, and the wheel bug is weird. It's got like a big wheel on it, spiked and stuff, it looks like, that, you know, I think would fit with Pinsir, because Mega Pinsir would draw out more pincers and more spikes on the body. So not only would it have this feature where, hey, maybe the 2 horns, they kind of fuse together and they create this big horn ornament that just is used for killing, I don't know. But no, so it's got that, and then on its back, I stabilized him so he's more like a tank on the ground rather than flying in the other form. On his back, it might be kind of vulnerable. However, no, there's spikes because it draws out that natural beetle spike energy or something. No, this Mega Evolution, like I said, is like, it's funny. It's a meme. I liked making it, but it's definitely a unique design. Same with Heracross. Heracross is a little simpler because I was trying to go the route of, like, since Pinsir, the other form, was stabilized on the ground, I wanted to kind of put Heracross, who is already in his original design stabilized on the ground, his horn is emphasized, wanted to put him in the sky perhaps, and then also bring that horn back to its usual looking rhinoceros beetle kind of looking horn. I also added in some like the circle ornament things that could almost look reminiscent of, again, like an ancient kind of helmet thing for battle, or I don't know, power. It's got a lot of power packed in there, and now he frees up some mobility now that he has Mega Evolved into this. So those are those two bugs. Outrageous, I tell ya, I know, but they were fun. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this. Thanks a lot for watching, I appreciate it. Don't forget to do the like, comment, subscribe stuff. I appreciate all of it so much. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, so don't forget to put them down below. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!